The KTM 1290 Super Adventure R is designed for the most difficult trails, whether they are in the Himalayas or the Skeleton Coast. Chris Birch examined the new shorter frame and the 160 horsepower V-shaped engine when pushing this bike to its limits. With a fuel consumption of under 5.7 liters per 100 kilometers, it is the most powerful and smallest vehicle in its class. The brand new Serene Snow and Swamp buggy is called Atrina. Its design incorporates concepts that have never been used in a vehicle of this kind previously. Two separate boat-like frames with hydraulic drives with a completely regulated turning mechanism form the basis of this design. With 120 horsepower and a top speed of 45 km per hour, the gas-powered engine can transport 800 kilograms of cargo. Tony Palino has been passionate about off-roading and Jeeps since he was 5 years old. However, Palino claims that not only are typical some parts aren't good. He discovered that it was mostly off-road and began creating components that are well liked even on public roads because many custom parts are insufficient for truly intense riding. Shock absorbers with 36 centimeters of travel suspension brackets that are twice as thick as typical ones and lightweight 3.2 millimeters cold rolled steel covers are what we are talking about. You may better understand the results of Gen Rice off-road's enhancements in a single video than in 1,000 words, and that's only a little sample of what they have to offer. Today, the Ripsaw EV2 is admired by military aficionados worldwide, and the Ripsaw Rover made its debut in 2001. According to its makers, it is a luxury. With its gold wing doors, drift capability, and space shuttle style control panel, this tank gives an otherwise mundane tank a dash of glitz. The driver can accelerate from 0 to 80 km per hour in 5.5 seconds thanks to the Ripsaw EV2's 700 horsepower and 6.6 liter diesel engine. Given that it weighs 4.5 tons, this is quite an accomplishment. Alumicraft is well versed in off-road speed. Give Alumicraft a call if you need a car that is quick and capable of winning. The Sportsman 2, their base model, has rear-wheel drive. It can accommodate up to 2 people and that has an engine with about 1500 horsepower and a suspension with 55 centimeters of travel. But don't worry if you want to ride with pals. With a cabin that can accommodate 2 more passengers, the Sportsman 4 has all the same advantages. Once upon a time, a custom studio named Lazarus created Wazuma. This mix of a bike, an ADV, and something out of Batman's garage was a hit with both its creators and the public. It came in various versions with 3 and 4 wheels and even made an appearance at the Geneva Motor Show. It impressed the public with its powerful engines like the BMW V12 with 500 horsepower, but that wasn't enough for the folks at the laser. So they made the Trizuma basically the same thing but has a snowmobile. It's another thrill for daredevils, as this tech marvel can reach speeds of 200 kilometers per hour. The best part is that Lazarus made a kit that lets you turn a Wuma into a Trizuma and back again in just a few hours. In the progression of snowmobiles, the Venom LS Cobra stands out. It has a 132 horsepower engine and a suspension with a noteworthy 50 cm of travel. Even the test versions can easily cut through snow and mud in low pressure tires, and the Venom LS Cobra boasts a special frame composed of 30 HGCA steel. This is employed in the building of aircraft. The 3.2 into 2.3 into 3 meter snowmobile can carry up to 350 kilograms and is operated by a handlebar like to that of a motorcycle, which is a neat combination. Pre-orders are currently being accepted on a manufacturer's website, which also shares the pricing with interested parties. Meet the Ponsin, an amphibious vehicle that's not just fun but also quite rare. It was developed in France back in the 70s, and by 1993, 3 of the companies stopped making these unique vehicles still. Ponsins left a notable mark on transportation history. For example, the GP65 model took part in the 1985 Paris-Dakar Rally, and the Son-Pound VP2000 even earned the name Luna Jeep. Some of these vehicles have survived to this day, and you can see them in action on the YouTube channel of the creator Zilpon with tank-like controls and removable tracks. They are pretty impressive. The amphibious model VP2000 was equipped with an engine from a small Citroen 2CV, and even with a modest 29 horsepower, it was more than capable of taking on rough terrain. The Joe list for the TCK Snowcat Model 2000 Trail Boss is as extensive as its name. Trails, slopes, and other winter recreation areas are maintained by this equipment. With a 326 horsepower diesel engine, an automatic gearbox, and hydraulic power, it's time to show the snow who is in charge. There's no risk of steering snow when operating a machine that has front and back attachments and can extend up to 8 meters. Even minor conveniences like heated mirrors are useful. Hunter is the next all-terrain vehicle. It cost $59,500 when it originally went on sale, but in this instance, every penny was well worth it. Not surprisingly, even Emirates customers purchased these cars. What caught their attention? Now let's examine the characteristics. First, the Hunter's propeller allows it to float. Second, while having a relatively small engine that produces 81 or 95 horsepower, it has an amazing ground clearance of 66 centimeters and can reach speeds of up to 8 kilometers per hour on water. On land, the Hunter can travel up to 70 kilometers per hour. The 5.2 meter long articulated Lesnick Master can handle snow and swamps and has a low center of gravity, provides 47 centimeters ground clearance and can transport 500 kilograms of freight. 3 persons can stay in the cabin. It is a 5-speed manual transmission and a 37 horsepower diesel engine. The base price of the Lesnick Master is $40,652 and it can reach up to 42 kilometers per hour. There is one significant difference between it and a Jeep Gladiator. It acts, drives, and even smells like one. It's an amphibian. The designers worked very hard on it and even incorporated a boat engine propeller into the design. This vehicle is obviously prepared for the water. It can travel at a respectable 26 kilometers per hour on the water and 161 kilometers per hour on land thanks to its V6 engine. It is currently for sale for $1 lakh on SoFloCustom.com. Do you want to boat? Tyrant Dream Track stands out, especially because it can be towed on the trailer behind the regular car with a curb weight of only 1,750 kilograms. It is easy to manage, but that's just the start of the fun. The Dream Track has a rear engine design, leaving plenty of room inside for 6 people if you are going on a long trip. The space can even be turned into a sleeping area. One unique feature is its turning mechanism, which uses specially designed onboard friction clutches. It also has a fuel capacity of 120 liters, and thanks to its 150 horsepower turbo diesel engine, it can cover about 400 kilometers on a full tank. As for the price, you can buy it online for around $56,500. Meet the tough USM-39 Caran Dash manufactured by Ural SP, a Russian firm. Its 40 centimeters of ground clearance and 240 horsepower engine enable it to move people, freight, and special equipment in challenging off-road conditions with ease. This vehicle, which weighs 12.5 tons and can transport up to 2.5 tons of goods, can reach speeds of up to 62 kilometers per hour even in the absence of a road. The tracked armored fairing vehicle MTLB's proven running gear and transmission are used by the USM-39. Additionally, it has a global navigation satellite system and smoke detectors, double glazing for headlights and rear view cameras. The $97,000 price tag sounds reasonable overall. The Brigadier 6x6 freight passenger snow and swamp buggy, which can accommodate a single large vehicle or a group of people, is the ideal addition to the previously described all-terrain vehicle. Its duties include transporting huge goods, SKB Gastromechana, made animal feed, fuel, and spare parts. It has a ground clearance of 55 centimeters and 6 low-press tires that are 1,650 by 650 millimeters in size. This indicates that it can easily navigate bogs, heavy dirt, and deep snow. For $64,000, the Brigadier has a tire inflation system with a compressor capacity of 160 liters per minute in case a tire becomes punctured. You can go where no one has gone before thanks to it. $2,800 watts of power that propels you to 74 kilometers per hour. The Mokura 10 Plus isn't your typical electric scooter. It's more exhilarating than many motorcycles. This requires full motorcycle equipment and it is prepared for off-road excursions including climbing hills up to 30 degrees. It costs $1,900 or $2,300 and features independent front and rear suspension with improved springs. The Samsung battery keeps the adrenaline flowing with a range of 100 kilometers for the base model and 119 kilometers for the top model. The TUS 2x2's story begins with its low 1,750 price tag that is less expensive than the Makura 10 Plus scooter, and because of its ingenious design, it is superior in many aspects. The TAS 2x2 is a true all-wheel drive motorcycle that can tackle snow up to 35 centimeters deep, and it can fit in a vehicle trunk. Don't mistake it for a toy. You may be wondering why the seat is raised to allow the user to touch the ground with their feet and aid in navigating challenging terrain. The TUS 2x2's 12-liter tanks last for 10 hours and it can travel up to 38 kilometers per hour. This beast was seemingly made for one thing, to put on wild shows. There's not much known about it except that it's got two 9.4-liter supercharged Chevy V8 engines under the hood. Its original story is quite interesting too. The car was first built by a hobbyist from Colorado. Later it was sold to Bob Chandler. The guy who created Bigfoot kept upgrading it, giving it an Anconaline body and putting in a couple of Ford engines. He called it Bigfoot Fast Tracks after. Bob got hurt during a stunt. He sold the monster to heiress Chandler Lloyd. Lloyd also kept fixing it up, giving it an Aerostar body, Chevy engines and renaming it over time tracks. Surprisingly, the beast is up for sale again. We are not sure how legal it is, but $100,000 isn't bad for crushing cars and jumping fences or sand dunes. The Lynx LXIV is a special device. Although it appears to be an all-terrain vehicle, it is actually a multifunctional floating platform. It can lessen the need for helicopters and is made to assist a variety of customers, including rescue teams and oil workers. Modularity is the foundation of its daring design. When it is ready, two people can assemble or disassemble it in 8 hours. The Lynx LXIV has a platform capacity of 1.8 tons and a trailer capacity of the same amount. It can travel up to 23 kilometers per hour and climb slopes up to 35 degrees. All of this is made possible by its John Deere diesel engine, which has 99 horsepower. It also has a number of other modules such as a crane and snowplows. This buggy scrambles uphill like a spider. Off-road driving may seem like Peter Parker's latest fad, but with the correct skills it can lead to competitions for rock crawling or rock racing. The entire world has its own stars and laws. The super crawl competition is even likened to the Olympics by some sources. The driver will undoubtedly require a spotter because the goal is straightforward. The quicker you finish the circuit with its crazy array of obstacles, the better. Contestants get to demonstrate their abilities. Cars may even topple over and transmissions may malfunction, but that's all part of the fun.